Hey, what's up everyone? My name is NigelBarros, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a review of the Comica VM10 video mic. Now, just a full disclosure, I was sent this mic to review, but that doesn't mean that I have to say anything nice about it really. This is going to be a completely unbiased review. I'm just going to give you guys my honest opinion of what I think about this little $50 mic. Okay, so straight out the gate, this mic does look a lot like the Rode Video Micro. It is $10 cheaper, so it comes in at 50 bucks. But for 50 bucks, you also get a couple other pretty cool little accessories. You get a really nice carrying case, which I really appreciated that they give you, and a regular 3.5 millimeter male-to-male mic jack, as well as a 3.5 millimeter male to a TRRS 3.5 millimeter, so you can actually connect it to your smartphone, which is pretty cool. And it also comes with a foam windscreen and a fur windscreen. Now, to be honest, I'm not really that fond of the fur windscreen. It's nice that they give it to you, but it's kind of low quality and it sheds a lot, which is something that I don't really like, but it's really cool that they give it to you. I'm actually using this mic right now. You guys can kind of see it in the frame here, or it's just slightly out of frame. So this will give you guys kind of an idea of what it sounds like. I am running it through a Zoom H1, and then I have the line out of the Zoom H1 going into my Panasonic GH3. So it's not connected directly to the camera. I'm using the Zoom H1 as a preamp, but this is what you can expect from using it in a talking head situation like this. You have the mic as close as you can get to your talent without being in the frame, and then you have it running just directly into your camera. So let's talk about some of the characteristics of this mic. It is a short shotgun mic that's designed to be put right on top of your camera. And it's a plug and play mic, which means you don't need batteries for it, which is a good thing and a bad thing. The reason why it's a bad thing is because most battery operated mics have an internal preamp that you can boost. So you can, boost the decibels by like 10 or 20 dBs. And that means that you can turn your camera's internal preamps as low as they can possibly go so that you get less noise from the internal preamps of your camera. The good thing about having a mic that doesn't require any batteries is that you're never going to run into a situation where you turn on your camera, you press record, but you forget to turn your mic on, which has happened to me so many times it's not even funny. And another cool thing about having a batteryless mic is that you're never going to forget to turn it off when you put it inside your camera bag, which has also happened to me a lot of times where I've turned on my mic, like with the Takstar SGC-698. I'll turn this on and then I'll throw it in my backpack and I'll forget that I left it on, and then it depletes the batteries. So today I'm going to give you guys some different tests in different environments and with different cameras so you can see how this little mic performs. One thing to note is that I'm not going to be doing any of these tests while plugging this mic into a Zoom H1 and recording internally on the Zoom H1, because I feel like with a lot of the mic tests that I've seen on YouTube, almost any mic will sound pretty decent when it's plugged into like an H4n or a Zoom H1 or like the Tascam DR5 or whatever. Like, they're all going to sound pretty good if you plug them into things that have really good preamps, but that's not what this mic is really designed for. It's designed to be mounted on top of your camera and used as like a shotgun microphone and just plugged right into your camera. And so I want to see how this mic performs using the camera's internal preamps, and I'm going to use a bunch of different cameras to show you guys how this mic will sound with different cameras that have, different sensitivity preamps. I'm guessing that the Canon cameras won't sound that great, but I have high hopes that this will be a good mic that I can mount on top of my GoPro or something like my Panasonic GH3. So with that, let's go out into the field and see how this mic performs. Alright, so what you guys are listening to right now is the Comica VM10 plugged into the Panasonic GH3, and I have set the levels manually. With this test, I kind of wanted to show you guys what this mic can do as far as picking up ambient sounds. So I do got a fire going. This obviously isn't the best situation for picking up vocals because I'm so far away from the camera. Now, it is pretty quiet out here, so you guys can probably hear me pretty decently, but in a more noisy situation, I definitely wouldn't have the talent this far away from the mic. With this test, I just kind of wanted to show you guys what this mic will do when picking up ambient sounds. So I'm just going to stop talking and you guys can listen for yourself. All right, so now I have the Comica VM10 plugged into my GoPro Hero3 Plus Silver Edition. And so this is the audio quality that you can expect when you plug it into a GoPro. And actually, I've been pretty impressed with how it sounds. I think it actually sounds really good. So if you're a GoPro vlogger and you want a cheap, lightweight mic to plug into your GoPro, this is actually a pretty good option. All right, everyone, so what you're listening to right now is the Comica VM10 plugged into a Canon 5D Mark III. We are here at a quickly setting sunset. So right now I'm just gonna play a couple of chords on my ukulele so you guys can kind of hear the audio quality. There is a lot of wind, so you guys are probably gonna hear a little bit of the low end rumble from the wind. It does have the fur windscreen on it, so we'll see how well that performs in this windy environment. But yeah, and I'm just gonna play a couple of chords so you guys can kind of hear what the audio quality is like plugged in to a Canon DSLR. All right, so now we got the Comica VM10 plugged into the Canon 60D, and I have set the levels manually. The 60D's preamps are pretty bad, so I'm expecting there to be a pretty decent amount of noise. There's no heaters on or lights or anything like that that would cause any humming. So the noise that you're gonna be hearing is noise that's caused due to the preamps in the Canon 60D. If you're just listening to this on your smartphone or your laptop speakers, probably not gonna be able to hear the noise as much, but when you're listening to it with headphones, you should be able to hear the noise created by the internal preamp of the Canon 60D. So I'm gonna stop talking right now so you guys can hear how much noise is caused in this camera mic combination. So yeah, hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of an idea of what the noise is like on the Canon 60D when using this mic. I know that a lot of people use Canon DSLRs for their YouTube videos, and if you were going to use this mic, I would say you should probably run it through a Zoom H1 or just some kind of preamp so you can, boost the levels of your mic before it goes into your camera, and then turn the internal preamps of this camera all the way down. You can get good quality audio into the 60D, but you have to make sure that the preamp of the 60D is turned almost all the way down.
Time doesn't stop when you close your eyes, and our big old clock will keep on ticking till it dies. Can you hear the hum of the hummingbird? Can you smell the breeze carrying leaves that it lowered? Can you cry for your mother and your father too?
All right, so now I'm gonna do a little head-to-head comparison between these two mics. This mic here is the Takstar SGC-698, and this has been my go-to mic for the longest time because it's got that plus 20 dB gain boost powered by this little CR2 watch style battery. And it's gonna go right up against the Comica VM10. This one's actually gone down in price since I did the review on it. It's still a pretty killer little mic, but we're gonna see how it compares to the Comica VM10. All right, so what you're listening to right now is the Takstar SGC-698 with the plus 20 dB gain boost enabled, and I have the mic levels on my Panasonic GH3 set all the way down to just one notch. So this is the audio quality that you can expect from this combination. The Takstar SGC-698 has been my go-to mic for the longest time, so we're gonna see how it compares to the Comica VM10. All right, so now this is the Comica VM10 plugged directly into the Panasonic GH3. I have set the levels manually. I think it's at about 5 or 6. The Comica does not have a gain boost. It's just a plug and play mic. So I did have to use the internal preamps of the Panasonic GH3 in order to get the proper levels. But yeah, let's see how this mic sounds in comparison to my trusty Takstar SGC-698. So yeah, all in all guys, I was actually really impressed with how this mic performed. It did really well on my Panasonic GH3 and my GoPro Hero3 Plus. It didn't perform as well on the Canon cameras, but that's to be expected. The Canon cameras have really horrible preamps. Yeah, I actually really like this mic. I mean, it's so simple to use. It's just plug and play and I don't have to like think about it. I'll probably use this mic a lot more in like run and gun situations, or, you know, situations like this where I just want to have a nice, easy mic to use in like, you know, interview stuff like this. But for 50 bucks, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, you get the windscreen, you get the foam windscreen, the 2 different kinds of cables for your camera or your smartphone, the really nice case. I think it's a pretty good bargain. Is it better than the Rode Video Micro? I don't know. Unfortunately, I didn't have a Rode Video Micro to compare this to, but honestly, it fared pretty well against my beloved Takstar SGC-698, and I don't know, I really like this. I almost will probably use this mic more than my Takstar just because of how simple it is to use and the really solid performance that I'm getting out of it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that review. If you did, it'd be great if you hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.